His chhupay old, rattling courier freighter sat cooling on the landing platform of Rita Station, its hull groaning like it resented the trip as much as he did. Laren stretched his back, rolled his shoulders, and stepped into the dimly lit market corridor. He wanted fuel cells, coolant, and maybe a hot meal that didn't taste like watered-down sorrow. He didn't expect a life-or-death plea to detonate in front of him. The first sign of something wrong was the smell. Metal and antiseptic. The second was the sound. A woman's ragged breathing, almost a sob. Laren slowed, scanning the shadows. That's when she stumbled into the corridor. A tall, alien woman skin, a deep, iridescent blue, marked with faint silver streaks, collapsed. Against the wall, clutching something wrapped in a thermal cloth, her long braids hung disheveled down her back, and her golden eyes were wide with panic. She looked up at him, and in that instant, Laren knew two things. She was injured, and she was terrified beyond reason. Please. Please help us? Laren raised his hand slowly. Hey, easy. What happened? Are you hurt? It's not me, she whispered. She peeled the cloth back just enough for him to see a small, fragile face, her child. The boy's skin was paler than hers, almost gray. His breathing came in shallow gasps. Laren's heart dropped. He's burning up, he said. What did he get into? Poison? Radiation? The mother shook her head desperately, a fever. His throat is closing and the healer's here. She swallowed hard. They will not treat him. Not mixborn. Laren's jaw clenched. He'd heard whispers. Rita's station followed the old codes. Hybrids were often denied care, seen as unstable, unworthy, or dangerous. A convenient excuse for prejudice, and they had left this child to die. The woman pushed the bundle toward him, voice cracking. Please, you're human. They'll listen to you. If you bring him, they might treat him. I will pay you anything you want. Take what you want. Take all I own. Just help my boy. Her voice broke completely, shaking with a mother's terror. Take, even me, if that's what it costs. Laren felt something twist sharply in his chest. Disbelief, pity, all tangled together. Hey, he said softly, I'm not taking anything from you. Not like that. I'm going to help because your son needs help. That's it. She blinked, startled, as if the idea of kindness pained her more than cruelty. What's your name? He asked. Asha, she whispered. My son is Kale. Asha, let's get him to the clinic. But when Laren tried to walk, she grabbed his sleeve, trembling. They will turn you away if they know he is mine. Humans are valued here. My kind we are not. Laren exhaled. So we cheat the system. He scooped Kale into his arms carefully. The child was too light. Too limp, Asha followed close behind as Laren approached the clinic entrance. He could feel her fear radiating tight, brittle, suffocating. Inside, sterile lights hummed and med drones drifted in lazy patterns. The receptionist, a pale green averette with narrow eyes, barely looked up. Double quotes, yes. Do you require attention? It's my nephew, Laren said calmly, lifting Kale. He can't breathe. The averette's eyes sharpened. Humanoid, Averspike. Possibly severe? Bring him. Laren felt Asha exhale shakily behind him. The medics took the boy from his arms and moved fast oxygen. Antipyretic gel, a diagnostic scan. Laren saw Asha's hands shaking so badly she had to clasp them together to hide it. The medic eventually approached. He's in critical condition, but we've stabilized his airway temporarily, the medic said. We need to run a full analysis to determine appropriate treatment. Then do it, Laren said. The medic hesitated. There is also a biological irregularity. His genetics are unusual. Laren kept his face perfectly calm. So what? So, the clinic rules require identification of guardianship. We need a genetic scan from the parent or legal guardian to proceed. Laren's stomach sank. Asha stiffened behind him, the medic. Continued, it must be the biological parent. Human signatures will not match. Laren felt Asha's terror flare like a struck match. If she stepped forward, they might refuse treatment immediately. Or, worse, take her child away permanently. Liren exhaled slowly. Fine, he said. Bring the scanner. The medic blinked. But human DNA will not. I'm not providing it. Liren cut him off. She is. He stepped aside. Asha froze. Her whole body trembled as if he'd asked her to walk into fire. Her eyes filled not with fear of being caught, but fear of hope, because hope was the cruelest thing in the universe. You trust me? She whispered, voice barely audible. I'm trusting the fact that you love your son, he said gently, and that these medics, no matter how prejudiced the station might be, took an oath. They don't get to break it today. Asha swallowed. Then she walked forward. For a long moment, the medic simply stared at her. Asha stood tall, clutching her arms to hide the shaking. My son is dying. You said you needed a parent. I am here. The medic stared at her markings, then at the boy, then back at her. His mandibles clicked thoughtfully. Very well, he said finally. We treat all emergencies, even unusual ones. Asha sagged in relief. They scanned her. The match confirmed instantly. Kale was hers. The medics rushed him into a stabilization chamber, closing the glass doors. Machines hummed to life. Asha's knees gave out. Liren caught her before she hit the floor. She didn't speak. Conley clutched the front of his shirt, silent sobs shaking her entire frame. Her forehead pressed against his collarbone. You did it, she whispered. You saved him. I had nothing left. They all refused me. They spit at me, called my son a meste, broke again, and then you came. Liren held, her quietly rubbing slow circles on her back. You don't owe me anything, he said softly. I mean it. I'm not here to collect some kind of debt. Asha pulled back enough to look at him, golden eyes wide and wet, but you could have walked away. Most do. Yeah, he said, but I'm not most. Several hours passed. Kale's fever dropped slowly. His breathing steadied. The machines chimed with reassuring tones. When the medic returned, his expression was neutral but not unkind. The child will recover, he said. We have neutralized it. Asha made a small, shattering sound, half sob, half exhalation, and pressed her hands to her mouth. He will need monitoring for 2 days, the medic added, but he is stable. Thank you, Asha breathed. Thank you. Monique left. She turned to Liren again, tears still clinging to her lashes. How can I repay you? She whispered. You already did, Liren said. She blinked. What do you mean? You trusted me, he said simply. It's worth something. Asha stared at him. Eileen stared, as if trying to decide whether he was real or something conjured by exhaustion. Then she bowed her head. Humans, she murmured, voice soft and shaken. You're kind. I have been taught to fear you. But you, I don't know how to understand your kindness. Liren chuckled faintly. I'm not that complicated, Asha. To me, she whispered, you are. She hesitated, then reached out, taking his hand gently in both of hers. Her palms were warm, a little rough, trembling. If you had demanded anything of me, she said quietly in that moment, I would have agreed. I had nothing left to bargain with, except myself. I know, Liren replied, squeezing her hand. And that's why I never would. She looked down, breath-catching. No one had treated her desperation with dignity before. It showed. Liren stood beside her for hours while Kale slept peacefully in the chamber. Never let go of his hand. Not once. By the second day, Kale woke weak, but alive. His eyes fluttered open, soft blue irises blinking up at Asha, mother. Asha covered her mouth with a shaking hand and kissed his forehead. Tears streamed silently down her face as she held him, rocking slightly, whispering blessings and promises in her native tongue. Kale's small hand reached toward Lerone. Human man, he murmured. You helped us, Lerone smiled. Kid, you had us worried for a bit there. Shaw looked at Liren again this time, with something new in her gaze. Something steady, something warm. Respect, gratitude, maybe the fragile beginning of trust. Liren, she said softly, when we leave this place, Will you stay with us a while? I want Kale to grow stronger. And she paused, searching for words. I would feel safer with you nearby. He nodded. Yeah, I can stay. Asha exhaled, relief washing over her features. She touched his. Arm gently hesitant, grateful, sincere. Thank you, she whispered. For seeing us when no one else would. Yahaan glanced at Kale, then at her. Some choices weren't choices at all. They were simply the only decent thing to do. I'm glad I was there, he said. Asha's smile, small, trembling, and awestruck, was the most beautiful thing he'd seen in years, and as the three of them walked out of the clinic together, Liren realized something unexpected. Helping her son hadn't been a burden. It had been the first step into something that felt strangely like a beginning.